Okay, the Texas Showdown was over with. I probably should have did this video the Monday after Texas Showdown, but better late than never. Looks like Sonic took it again. I've said something about the internet. Only at the day and age of the internet can the most extreme hyper nerds of the planet Earth all be consolidated, and basically we get a hyper nerd. Are either people that some of these people are just good. Believe it or not, they don't play the game that much. They just have a natural talent. Many of these people, I believe, need to be doing something else. I think Ninja Killer has almost, to some degree or another, pre-retired. But he's going to be competing, but he claims that he's going to do, I think, Combo Breaker. Depending on if, he might make up his mind to do so. He say he may go to Evo France. And there's one more event. I think Evo here. This is probably going to be the last time you see Ninja. Maybe you'll see him next year in one or two competitions. But I think that he's kind of reaching the age to where he's just lost interest in the game. He's good at it, but he's not. Sonic Fox has, I don't want to call it autism, but, I mean, he's a functional human. But this guy has some type of, it's like an issue that makes him just stick in front of that screen all day and just work all of this stuff out, figure out all of this stuff about all these characters with a little bit of a giggly obsession over the game. But I do think that somebody is going to come along and take out Sonic. It really is just a mental edge. Actually, Dialogue was doing pretty decent. Dialogue was doing decent, but, Sonic, you can't drop combos, and you have to keep up the pressure. Like, you just have to keep the pressure up. And then the character Cyrax, everybody had kind of written her off. But you have to give Sonic credit, because last year people so completely got on his ass about the whole thing that they thought was going on between him and NetherRealm, where before Final Combat, I think Cyrax, the cameo, had been buffed back to the original Cyrax, the day one Cyrax. And a lot of people got mad over that. They said it looks like NetherRealm is colluding with Sonic. But, this year, kind of like, well, what you gonna say? I think what people are gonna say is that, you can accuse it. You can say that he somewhat kind of stole it. But Foxy was really the one who was over there on Twitch. He was doing the casino thing where it's so frustrating playing Cyrax against a person that knows how to play her that it's really just a matter of sitting up looking at people quit, especially when you get somebody on the pro player level that mains that character and goes into Combat League. It's kind of like, let's count the quitalities. And there's literally, he's so good at it. There's only a 15 to 20% chance that the person would actually stay there and take being wrapped up in a net, wrapped up in foam, bombs on the ground. You don't know if to jump or block low. It's a lot of frustration. But I will say this, not a lot of people were playing her, we have to admit. Not a shitload of people were playing her before Texas Showdown. So you can't say, oh, well, you just got an OD character and you just take these OP characters and beat everybody. I mean, let's just give him credit, He uses the character to maximum. It's that whole meter drain with Serena, being able to kind of throw people on the floor with this net right on top of the meter drain. You just don't get a meter. So the entire time that you're trying to fight Cyrax, you could be meterless, And some people need the meter. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a casual. I use that meter to break. Like if you're less than 15, 20% health, I'll go ahead and amplify some projectiles towards you, but I ain't gonna lie. I just use my meter to break. That's it. That's why I try so hard to get first hit. because I just need the meter to break. But the last and final thing that I'm gonna say is that I do think that there's been a lot of brutal complaining about the game, but I think we got to be honest. The game is probably right now at its most balanced state. Texas Showdown, you're seeing everybody. You're seeing Molinas, some Barakas, some Johnny Cages, just everybody. I think once it starts narrowing itself down to the top 8, then it's kind of like you're going to mainly see about 5 or 6 characters. But if you looked at a lot of the top 20 or top 32, I really wouldn't say that there was any one broken character that anybody was playing overwhelmingly. The game it's the most balanced right now. It still needs some work, but it's most balanced right now. But what I hope is going on and what I hope is happening is that I don't really care if there's not another DLC package. I mean, I'm ready for you by 2027. I mean, we're in April 2025. This game isn't going to last to 2027. I would think that by summer or by fall of 2027, like, you got to have a new game. If people don't have a new game by 2027, then you risk the possibility of Mortal Kombat just becoming obsolete. So if they want to continue, this game, which I know Werner is going to want them to do, if not for anything else, for the money, then I would hope that probably sometime last year, you began the process of MK2 or MK13, whatever it's going to be called. I actually like the idea of MK13. Bring back Jason, baby, but it is what it is. That's just my little commentary on what's going on right now. Thanks for listening, and hey, keep grinding. I'm out.